I know nobody on the other side of the court really could, stay in front of me or guard me. So I knew I was just, BSing down here. So pretty much that's it. I knew nobody could guard me, so I just took it upon myself to figure it out. Kyle Anderson, he told me at halftime, man, you got 2 points. You ain't looking like no superstar right now. You looking like a scrub. So, I had to figure it out.
I mean, it's just silly. No one can guard me. He took a leap, right, in his 4th year in the league, fresh off his Team USA experience this summer. He's on pace to become the first Timberwolves player in history with the season of averaging 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. But Austin, you played with him. You had a front row seat to all of this. What surprised you, the leap that he's taken from last year to this?
Nothing. When he talks about nobody can guard him, he means that. He has unflinching, unwavering confidence. You can't teach that. There's stars, and then there's stars who have an aura about them. And he just radiates it. He has positivity. His players like playing with him. He controls the locker room. Look what we talked about it yesterday, his relationship with Rudy, what he's been able to do with Carl. This guy demands that respect, and he's going out there now and doing it every single night. He is on his best nights. And how he's playing right now, the best guard in the NBA. Yes, I said that. He's a bad man, two-way player, 3-level scorer, clutch, can finish at the basket, mid-range, shoot the long ball, off the dribble or catch and shoot. Everything.
Let me just add on to it. I said it yesterday, and I'm going to stand on it. He's the future face of the NBA. Don't come giving me this. He's in Minnesota, a small market. No, the market need to follow him. He's in Minnesota. Damn it, that's who we need to be. When it comes down to it, man, it's certain players that you play with that give you that certain type of swagger. You talked about Karl Anthony Towns. Jimmy Butler couldn't pull it out of him.
Yep.
You talked about Rudy. Donovan Mitchell couldn't pull that out of him. And what ended up happening is he leads by example, meaning the way that he addresses his press conferences, the way that he puts in the work, the way that he competes on the defensive side of things, and his swagger. So if you don't follow him, then all of a sudden you're going to be, poking out like a sore thumb. And so when I think about Anthony Edwards, just think about this for a second. I watched him in the first half last night. He was just passing the ball. He was letting McDaniels cook, Karl Anthony Towns cook, because he knew at any given time he could turn up, and he did that. That's growth. That's a man that, hey, I'm telling you right now, the conversation is dead. I don't even want to hear it. He got all the it factors. He saved Adidas. He saved Adidas.
How far can Edwards take this Timberwolves team?
No, first of all, he does have the it factor. And actually, everything you just said reminded me of how we talked about John Morant until last season in terms of the aura and all of that, the way he lifts his teammates up to swagger. I mean, and Anthony Edwards has everything going for him in that regard. And, Austin, you mentioned the confidence. Like, this dude walked into the playoffs at 20 years old and was like, I'm cool. Like, you want me to take every big shot? I'm cool. How far can he take the Timberwolves? That's what you asked me. He could take them to the finals. Like, that's how good they are, and that should be the goal for them. And, look, you mentioned the 5 assists, right, the thing he's on pace for there. He's right at 5 assists and 3.5 turnovers. And if there's one thing I'm looking for from Anthony Edwards and the Wolves in general, when the stakes get high, when the defenses get good, is when Anthony Edwards makes the simple pass. The Wolves, the ball starts popping, and the Wolves get even better. Just like stuff, like just 3 examples from the season. He's really livened up Rudy Gobert's pick and roll game. Just boom, don't force it. You don't have to dance with it every time. Sometimes those awesome one-on-one shots aren't going to go in. Just make the easy play. Here you go, Jaden McDaniels in the court. When Jaden McDaniels gets to do stuff like this, which he's gotten better at, attack closeouts, the Wolves hit another level, and it don't have to be fancy. Here comes a little handoff pitch play with Rudy. Naz Reid's open right next to you. Just give Naz Reid the ball, let him shoot. He can get tunnel vision sometimes, and when he has tunnel vision and it's working and he's cooking, it looks amazing. We tend to forget the games when he has tunnel vision and he goes 0 for 4 on step-back jump shots. Just the simple pass. Don't have to be fancy. Doesn't have to be no look over the head. Just those simple passes get everyone else moving, and the Wolves hit a different level.
And that different level, you said, I mean, there's no reason why if he's not playing like this, the team's playing like this, they've been first in the West through the majority of the season, that they can't reach the NBA Finals. Do you agree with that?
I do agree. They're built for it. Tim Connelly is one of the best executives in basketball. He's the guy responsible for putting together that lineup that we always talk about in Denver.
Yep.
And he has been in Minnesota for 2 years now, and he's already built probably one of the other better starting lineups in basketball. We talk about their size. People question Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns playing together. They are coexisting just fine. The spacing's fine.
More than fine.
Jaden McDaniels, best defensive rating. Jaden McDaniels, we call him seatbelt. because that's what he does. He puts guys in a nice little tidy spot.
Well, y'all need to call him 2 seatbelts because that's how hard he's strapped down.
Yeah, and they got Nas off the bench who was in the bad.
Seat. That's what you call him.
Baby seat.
Yeah.
Baby seat, car seat.
But I'm with Zach. I'm with Zach and Austin. Look, if Anthony Edwards is playing at this level, yes, the Minnesota Timberwolves could go to the NBA Finals.
Crazy.
Am I picking them? No, I'm not picking them, but I would not be surprised. You know what slipped our mind over this last weekend, the NFL weekend, the playoffs kicked off? You know, Anthony Edwards gave the Clippers that work. 33, spicy, hibachi style, however you want to call it. Whatever you want to do to the Wings, damn it, he done it to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Fully loaded, got the dub, and he handed Denver their first loss. He handed the Celtics their first loss.
Yep.
This team is for real. That man is legit. He's the future face of the NBA.
So the latest All-Star fan vote, it was released yesterday, and Jalen Brunson, he is 6th amongst guards in the East. You're shaking your head. You've got a problem with that, Perk?
I got a serious problem with
too.
that.
Yeah,
I got a serious problem with that. Like, it's no way he shouldn't be top 3.
For sure.
No way he shouldn't be top
Agreed.
3. And I understand it's an individual thing and the fans are voting, and I love the fans, right? They are who they are, and we are who we are because of them. But damn it, he should be top 3.
It's a popularity contest, man. Jalen Brunson, in terms of star aura, we talked about it with Ant, comparing him to guys like Dame who have been doing it for so long. They got the sneaker, they got the Dame time, they got all the marketing. It's going to be hard for him to beat out those guys, but he's had a better season than him. Right behind Tyrese Halliburton, I have Jalen Brunson second.
Let me speak as someone who's lost a lot of popularity contests in my life. The starting backcourt in the Eastern Conference All-Star game should be Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson.
There it is.
You should start in the All-Star game, period.
Yeah.
End of story.
End of the period. Yeah, that's it.
The Knicks, they're also 8-2 since acquiring OG Anunoby. That's tied for the best record in the NBA over the last 10 games. And as we see, right, the Pacers stocking up with OG's former teammate, Pascal Siakam, as well. Do you think the Knicks need to make another move here, Zach?
I don't think they need to. It just depends on who's available and what's the price. Because, yes, I think they could use one more high-end talent if they really want to compete and win 3 straight playoff series in the Eastern Conference that is heavy at the top. But this team is really good as is, and they should not feel a need to just overspend urgently and expend too many of their draft picks that they're saving for a star player. We could wake up and the Knicks could be in the conference finals. That's a thing that can happen. Depending on what seed, now they'll be an underdog in the second round if they get there against any of these teams, Philly, Milwaukee, Boston. But Philly, Milwaukee, you slip up against the Knicks, you play a couple bad games, somebody turns their ankle, whatever it is, you can look up Knicks up 3-2, like, oh my God, it's going to be Knicks Celtics in the conference finals. That's possible. This team is good and nasty, and they got Tibbs bellowing on the sideline, Low man, go get him.
I love you today. I love you today.
Yeah, Game of Thrones character.
I'm sorry, I need that one more time.
So when he says low man a lot, which means like low man on the pickup.
Yeah.
Low man! You'll see it all game long. Go get him!
Yep.
That's how I'm going to say
Sorry, Coach. I'm sorry.
That's you. That's
You
your
played
job.
for him. Do you got one?
No.
I just told you.
Nah.
Bert, they coming at you. Cross screen. All right.
Cross screen!
Damn. But I will say this.
Go ahead.
Jalen Brunson dropped 41, 8, and 8 last night. Please do not give me this nonsense about it was against the Wizards, because we do not keep the same energy when Joel Embiid go and drop 40 against the Wizards and Giannis. So we going to give the same damn respect to Jalen Brunson. Listen, let me tell you something about this Knicks team. They have the identity. They have the physicality. They have the selfless in this team, meaning they play agenda-free basketball. They enjoy playing with one another. And you know what? They're so deep at the perimeter when it comes to perimeter defense. We forget about a guy like Josh Hart that brings that tenacity, one of the best rebounding guards in the league today on both ends of the floor.
I will say their bench has been struggling since the OG trade.
Watch out for McBride, though. Watch out for the kid McBride.
Deuce is good. Deuce is solid.
A lot of these guys, though, are. I said it earlier. This team is built around Tibbs. He went and got his guys. They're all two-way players. Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Grimes, OG. These are guys who like to defend, and that's his makeup. I mean, my only question is, you talk about perimeter on defense, offensively, other than Brunson, What other guard do they have that can create and score for themselves and make plays for somebody else? I'm asking you. That you've seen.
No, but when
they traded him, quickly he's gone.
Hold on, but what I'm saying is this, Malika.
A lot of pressure on.
I'm coming to you now. We talked about this yesterday, the Miami Heat. We didn't expect Caleb Martin and Gabe. Hold on, but hear me out. Hear me out. The start of the season, we didn't know who Caleb Martin was. The basketball world did, but the world didn't. I'm asking you, in the playoffs,
Caleb.
Listen.
McBride, bro?
Hold on, but listen what I'm trying to say. Austin, in the playoffs, guys make names for themselves.
Agreed.
Man. I'm telling you, that's the time when guys step up.
Yeah, but Tibbs plays his guys. He doesn't try new stuff in the playoffs. He plays guys 50 minutes.
I mean, but Zach said
40 minutes.
You could look up, and the Knicks. We've put like 4 teams in the conference finals.
Because that's what sports is. Like, it's competitive and unpredictable.
Yeah,
Like,
and it feels like the Knicks.
How good is it to not have a favorite right now?
Right, and it feels like kind of the Knicks are right there. They get a couple of injury, if they can stay healthy, if there's a couple of other things that break their way.
I think we do. I think the favorites are playing.
Well, no, the favorites, but like, you remember the Warriors, there's a time period where like we already knew who was going to the finals.
Yep.
And it was a question of could someone maybe
Well, that means
right now
the
anybody
league
can
in a
win.
great place. And I need some lotion. My wife just texted me and told me to get some.
All right, we'll get you that. We'll get you that in the break.